Hello. Welcome to another exciting episode of DNA Hardwired, common sense turned upside down. This is one of your hosts, Pop, and joining me is my co-host, Jackie. And
what's going on, everybody?
All right. And we also have Jackie's brother, Aaron. He's also joining us. Last week we continued our discussion on racism and racists. Jackie and his brother Aaron weren't here last week. If you listen to the podcast, I went ahead and did that with myself. If you listen to the podcast, that'll give you a little insight on them not being here. But I'm not gonna get into that. But I will say
we love him anyway, though. We love him anyway.
I will say this. I may not have been completely fair to them since they weren't here. And I may have now, listen at me, I may have said some things that maybe I should have said when they were able to defend themselves, because I have to admit they weren't here to defend themselves. So this episode, hopefully, what we're going to do is give them most of the episode to go ahead and defend themselves. But keep in mind what we're talking about is we're talking about racism, race, we're talking about politics, we're talking about Trump and his administration. And a big question that I've had for a while, I still have it, and that is why Democrats, especially black male Democrats, tend to vote Republican. I'm still having a problem trying to figure that out. So Jack and Aaron, they trying to help me. They're trying to help the brother out, trying to help me out. And so we're going to go ahead and continue with that. And I spent the last hour bashing them. I spent the last hour last week just talking about some things. So we're going to give them an opportunity to state their point. A couple things I want to start off with. First, and you guys bear with me, and then, like I said, I'm going to turn it over to you guys. Let's see if there's some things we can agree on right out the gate. And like I said, remember we're talking about racism, the role that play in politics. Did Obama do anything for black folk when he was in for 8 years? Who does more for the blacks and other minorities, Democrats, Republicans? So that's kind of the theme that we're going with. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, brother.
I think Aaron dropped the call. Bring him back in.
Okay, hold on a second. We're going to see here. Don't tell me there was too much heat already now. Come on.
No. He called me, so I'm thinking he's not on the phone. He's not on the line.
Yeah, no, he's not on the line because he would be responding if he was. So hold on. Yeah. Oh, hold on, listeners. We're going to go ahead and remedy this. You back on, brother?
Yes, I am.
Okay. I'm glad you was off because I said some things you might not have liked, but you'll hear it on the replay. But anyway.
I'm truly disappointed, man. Man, I literally, like, I put my Bluetooth in my ear and, like, it ended the call. I'm like, I got to get one where it's a button, not a touch.
I got you. Hey, no problem, brother. We still good. So what I was saying was...
Aaron, hold up. Aaron, he made a comment about...
Wait a minute, Jackie. Wait a minute, man. Don't be telling him nothing yet. Go ahead now. Go ahead, Jackie.
Go repeat what you just said. Aaron, he's wondering why, like, black male Democrats voted Republican.
Right. There you go. So, and we'll get into it. We're going to get into it. But what I want to do first is to just see if there's some things that we can agree on right out the gate. All right. So let's get a foundation here. First,
sound like a salesman to me.
No.
Sound like a salesman to me.
And I think this is things we've already agreed on. I don't know if Aaron was in on this, but I know you and I have, Jackie. So let me make sure this here now. Now. There are let's do we agree on this or not? There are primarily two political parties, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Democrat and we believe that there are the Republican parties on the right and the Democratic parties on the left of issues, basically, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Generally, one side typically, not always, one side typically has a point of view on racial issues, kind of opposite the other side. Can we at least agree on that?
Say that one more time. Pop. Say that question one more time.
Okay. The two parties, Republican Party, Democratic Party, generally in the last 50 to 75 years at least anyway, one party generally takes one stand on racial issues and the other party generally takes the opposite stand. Can we agree on that?
I'm going to disagree on that.
Okay, good. How about you, Aaron?
I'm going to disagree on that.
All right, let's go ahead. Let's cover your...
I'm 50-50 on that.
Oh, you're 50-50?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm more 50-50, but I'm going to disagree just off the base of that question.
Okay, I'll go ahead and give you a chance to respond to that.
Because I believe, because the Republican Party on the right, the way they look, who makes up that party, we in our community think they're on one side. They're against us as black people. That taints our view of both parties. That taints our view of what we see. I don't necessarily believe that Republicans are racist and Democrats are not. I don't believe that.
And on your point, on that point right there, what you just said about Republicans being racist and Democrats, I agree with you. There are racists in both parties. I agree with you on that one. But on the issue, go ahead, brother.
Say what, Aaron?
No, just to say. So with that premise alone, you're absolutely right. Which would be, it's not that one party focuses on race relations and bettering race relations, and one doesn't. I think one kind of focuses more on do for self, find a way to do for self, and the other side finds a way to hit one another against each other as a way of saying, well, the reason why I don't have is because you do.
Correct.
Okay. And maybe as we get a little bit more into this episode, maybe I can kind of address those points and see what some of your thoughts are. Okay. All right. So just some information for you. In the politics of the United States, the radical right, which is approximately 24% of Republicans, they're radical right. This is according to Gallup poll. Their political preference tends to lead toward right or far right ideologies, such as ultra conservatism, white nationalism. Now, keep in mind, this is what the poll is saying, and there's only 24% of the Republicans. Yeah. The far right is not the majority; it's just the far right. White nationalism. Basically, what they do is advocate for support for the perceived political interests of the white population. White supremacy, the belief that white people are superior to those of other races. So at least 25% of the Republican Party feels that way. In 2024, there were approximately 110 white nationalist groups, and we're including Ku Klux Klan, neo-Confederate, neo-Nazi, racist, skinhead, and so on and so on and so on. And all of those folks, they're on the right. Now, this isn't something that the Democrats are just making up. These are just facts. Okay, so go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Aaron.
Now, I was fixing to say, I'm not sure of the historical context with that, because I understand that from basically the 60s throughout the 80s, where you got Reagan, there was a party switch, you could say. I was born in 85, so this was before me, so I'll let others, speak to it. But to say that that's historic, I'm not sure if that's accurate.
Well, I'll tell you what, brother.
To
Go
say
ahead.
the Ku Klux Klan were always Republican.
Go ahead and do your own research, but I've researched this time and time again. You're right. The Republicans of today and the Democrats of today weren't always the same. They did flip. You know, when people say, well, the Republicans, when the Republicans freed the slaves, and that is true. You know, when the slaves were so-called, when we were so-called.
Not just Republicans, man.
What was that, brother?
Not just Republicans, Pop. So not just Republicans.
Yeah.
First Republican president.
Right. I'm agreeing with that. But somewhere in it was prior to the 60s, actually. It was prior to the 60s. They started to flip. The parties, they started to flip. The Democrats, which were racist, they began to feel that their party was becoming too liberal toward blacks. So they went over to the Republican side. Now that was back in the 30s and 40s. It finally really took root in the 50s to where the parties actually flipped. And I got some statistics on this somewhere on down the line, and we'll get into that. But yes, you're right. You're right, Aaron. There was a flip. Still trying to set some a foundation here before I let you guys go with with what you got to say. Okay, yeah. So I think we are ready. So what I was going to say was, you guys go ahead, take as much time as you want to share, especially Aaron, because you listen to the podcast, and so I know you know some of the things I had said. So, but go ahead, you guys take your time. All I ask is that as you make each point, after you've made your point, just give me an opportunity to respond to that point at that point. Or hey, you know, I'm gonna give you guys an out. I mean, right now you guys can just go ahead and say, hey, look, Pop, for the most part, we concede what you're saying. For the most part, Republicans generally, they do not look out for the best interests of black folk. The Democrats do a better job of doing that historically for the last 50 to 75 years. Now, I'm willing to go ahead and give you guys an easy out. I'll go ahead and give y'all easy out, but it's up to y'all now. Go ahead. So if you want an easy out,
I refuse any easy out.
Is that you, Jackie?
I refuse any easy out.
Okay. What about you, Aaron?
I don't want an easy out.
Okay. What about you, Aaron?
Nope.
Okay. All right. So
I'm
fellas,
gonna raise the white flag. But if you give me 5 minutes, I got a lot to say.
Okay, brother. Hey, all right. Here you go. You guys have got the flow.
Gotcha. So, Aaron, you listen to the podcast, bro. So go ahead. I'm gonna let you go ahead and start. But I didn't listen.
All right. So he talked about last week. He talked about how well the economy does under a Democratic president, right? What we fail to always mention when we're talking about Democratic presidencies and how good the economy is doing is how often they raise the debt ceiling. Obama raised the debt ceiling 7 times. So if we go back and we ask, what was he doing on the clock in order to almost default on the bill 7 times? If we just ask that question differently, we got a whole different outlook on how we start that conversation. The economy was not doing good under no president. We run at about $1 trillion deficit annually. So to say that, hey, Obama provided this stimulus. Oh, and another point, he brought up jobs. He increased the unemployment rate. I think it was about 5.4, 5.7%, right? I absolutely love those type stats. My question is, why are we never speaking about the industries in which those jobs were brought about?
Come on.
If we're talking about a higher paying industry where we're talking about like an electrician or a painter, a framer, something where, you know, maybe it adds some sort of boom to the economy, I can vouch for that. I can agree with that. when you're talking about a job that's going to start you off in poverty, and in 5 years you may get out of it, you may work your way out of it, or earn your way out of it. We shouldn't even bring that into a conversation. Like that's smoke and mirrors for me. Next point.
Okay, now remember, one point. Give me an opportunity. Give me an opportunity to respond real quick. So one of the areas you let me lower my voice. But one of the areas you mentioned was and because I'm gonna have to go back and check on this because I honestly don't know. But I'm going to have to. Well, Nikki brought up something right here real quick. She says Barack Obama in 8 years, Barack Obama added approximately 7.66 trillion to 8.6 trillion to the national debt. Now that was in 8 years. Listen at this now, in 8 years. Trump in 4 years added 18.8 trillion to the debt. Right? It took Trump half the time to increase the debt over Obama.
Let me tell you why that's smoke and mirrors.
Okay, why is that smoke and mirrors?
Obama raised the debt ceiling from 500 billion to 17 trillion. So that's a lot more than that 8 billion figure that we started this conversation with. Now, understanding the
rate of growth. Trump's debt accumulation was faster, with estimates showing he added nearly 90% of the total Obama did, but in half the time. I mean, so with these numbers, you're right though. I'm gonna give you credit for this though, Aaron. We can kind of probably take a look at these numbers, and depending on where you're at, we can probably look at it to where it's bright on one side and then negative on the other side. But the bottom line is that when you have economists on both sides providing us with this information, it's just hard to get away from. It's just hard to get away from. But anyway, go ahead, brother. I'm sorry because I said I was going to give you the time. Go ahead. So that was the first point, was the debt ceiling. So you was going to go ahead to your second point. Go ahead, brother.
Right. Now back into inflation, right?
Uh-huh.
Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Well, it wasn't Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, because Kamala Harris was the tie-breaking vote for it.
Okay.
The American Rescue Plan, right?
Right. Let me write that down. American Rescue Plan. Okay.
Yeah. Now, this is what I talk about, kicking the can down the road for the next constituency, the next president.
Oh, okay.
Simply put, this was as a result of trying to stimulate the economy and get us back rolling post-COVID, right? We offered, we gave up, I think it was $10 or $11 trillion. Who do you think when those bills come due, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris aren't there? So when you say that Trump raised the debt ceiling, well, what was he given? What was the situation when he got it? Did he have a choice? This was something that was predicted by everybody who had any sort of common sense, including Larry Summers, who said that this is going to cause this is going to cause massive inflation. His exact words. So when your own team, which Larry Summers he previously worked under Obama, he worked for Obama and also Biden. When your own party is telling you that this is going to cause this, and you still are okay with it, you're purposely putting the next president in a bad situation. You're basically he's adopting the problem the moment he gets off.
So you're talking about the American Rescue Plan, right? That's what you said?
Yes.
And what year was that? I like I said, I haven't done research on that, but what year was that? Looks like it was 2021.
2020, 2021.
Yeah.
Oh, right after COVID.
Right. Let me just read something. I got my assistant here. Let me read something that's on this American Rescue Plan. The American Rescue Plan Act of 2021, signed by President Biden, created political and economic challenges for Donald Trump, based upon what you're saying, what you just said, by directly contrasting with his own pandemic relief efforts and driving, according to some analysts, post-presidency inflation. While Trump signed the 2020 CARES Act, the 1.9 trillion the American Rescue Plan was passed entirely by Democrats, fueling partisan debate over spending, job creation, and economic recovery. So Trump signed the CARES Act, which caused 1.9 trillion, okay, prior to the American Rescue Plan. You see, so
right, which is
so again.
Basically,
go ahead, brother.
I'm listening.
No, you go ahead.
I'm listening.
Okay, yeah. All I was going to say was, so we can let me lower my voice. So we can just kind of play with these numbers and stuff all we want. Now, I'll give you an example. I'll give you a perfect example of what I'm talking about. I'll give you a perfect example. And I was going to talk about this a little later, but I want to make sure I give you guys a chance. Right now, we're living through it. When Trump took over from Biden and Harris, the country was doing okay. It was doing okay. Biden has gotten us out of a war. People keep talking about the price of eggs, price of gas, all this other crazy stuff. The stuff was stable. The world was stable. And look at where we're at now. And that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to leave you with that. This is a prime example to me of how things get missed and things get lost. But you and I, we're living through this right now. We experienced the end of Biden's term, Biden-Harris. We witnessed that. We could feel what the country was like at that time. Here it is 15, 12, 14, 15 months later. We're in a different time. And we can also feel that. And all I'm saying is, if we're honest with ourselves, it's different. But I'm sorry, brother. Go ahead. I'll cut in on your time. So right now I got the debt ceiling. I'm going to look up. I also got the American Rescue Plan. I don't know if you'd finished with that, but keep going.
Yeah, I'm pretty much finished with that one.
Okay. We can move on to another point if you got that.
Yeah, I can move on.
Okay.
All right. You also mentioned that Barack Obama was everybody's president. He wasn't just black people's president.
Right.
I truly agree with that, right?
Okay.
But there's a thing called representative government.
Okay.
That people that put you in office should be able to expect something from you. And everybody else who gets in the White House understands that, including Kamala Harris. And I know that because she's donated to, I think it's called the American Asian, Native Hawaiian, and
I get your point, though.
AANHPI, Pacific Islanders.
Okay.
She's donated hundreds of millions to those people. And we're talking about a few hundred people, few 100,000 people in this country that she's donated hundreds of millions of dollars to.
Okay.
All right. Moving forward, Ilhan Omar, right? Representative down in Minnesota. Think she has nothing to do with this fraud scandal? Nobody can tell you how she's worth $30 million. But every time Somalis show up or have something relative to their culture, she's always around. You think that just happened? Mm-hmm. You think the Somalis just got a stimulus plan because they found a loophole? Mm-hmm. Like everybody else gets something, but we're the only group that shouldn't expect something. I don't agree with that. And what I also mean by that is I shouldn't debate with a black president for safety.
Say the last point.
A whole lot of executives.
Say that last point. Say that last point again, Aaron. You said something.
You shouldn't do what?
I will never agree with debating with a black president for safety. All right. as it pertains to black people being unarmed and gunned down by police, every time he got on TV, he did more to incite violence than he did to understand or mend any issue. Because he would always reprimand the act, but there was never any action. There's no legislation related to it, but every time you get on TV, well, I'm mad, you should be mad, I seen the video, I got daughters, right? You don't think that causes more issues? You don't think that makes it more dangerous? Why not suspend qualified immunity to get a real conversation started? You can't just do away with it constitutionally, but you can absolutely suspend it. And we can go back to the drawing board. You gave us nothing.
Okay.
Truth be told, under Obama, I felt hunted.
Okay. Well, let me address one point you had made, and I think early on in the start of this particular point, you had said something about shouldn't the people that put you in office expect some kind of something in return or something like that? Am I paraphrasing that right or wrong? Could you clarify on that?
Yes, they should be able to expect something of you.
Okay. Now,
it's called representative government.
Now, let me ask you a question. Do you think blacks put Obama in office? When you look at the numbers,
I know they did.
No.
Okay, let me tell you how they did it directly and indirectly.
Okay,
right?
Go ahead.
Every campaign that he showed up with, there was a black guy. You remember Diddy, Vote or Die?
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
So you can't tell me that black people didn't put you in office when simply put, every time someone spoke on your behalf, it was someone who could relate to young black people. Mm-hmm. I understand that they've been playing with voting numbers for a long time. So I'm not impressed with what, one stat will say.
Yeah. Let me ask you this question.
They got too many ballots where dead people voted.
Yeah. Let me ask you this question. Who do you think was more responsible for Barack Obama getting elected? Black people or white people?
Black people.
You lost me on that one because okay. I'm a pretty simple person. I'm looking at the numbers.
Okay.
Well, go ahead.
Okay. So you want to believe, you would like me to believe that white person that group of white people that you're speaking about wasn't influenced by Black America to actually make that vote?
I don't know about all of that. All I'm saying is,
I can guarantee you 80% of was part of hip hop culture.
Yeah, but that's okay. but that's okay. Let me lower my voice. But all I'm saying is, if we're just talking about a vote, all I'm saying is there were more white people for whatever reason. There was more white people than black people that voted for Barack Obama. Whatever the reasons was, we can debate the reasons, but that's all I'm saying. But I'm not going to get hung up on that point because I want to make sure that you be give an opportunity to go ahead and make sure you make all your points. But okay, go ahead.
I've talked a lot. I want to listen for a second. How long have we been going? About 25 minutes? Yeah.
Okay. So we'll give Jackie. You made some good points too, brother. I have to tell you, you causing me to go back and do some more research. I have to admit it. So we'll go ahead and give your brother a chance. Go ahead, Jackie.
So I didn't listen to the podcast, so I apologize. But I can make my own rebuttals to what you said last week. Just overall, when it comes to racism in this country.
That's true. I forgot. We got away from that. But go ahead.
Yeah, but but I get when Aaron said the representative government. I agree with that because, well, let me address that. No president in this country is going to go over to the Jewish community and ask for their vote and not have a sit down from the standpoint, from the leader of that Jewish community and say, okay, for our vote, this is what we want. You're not going to go to the white community and do that. But for whatever reason, the society wants to hold the whole Black America to a standard that you're supposed to always do right, while you over there on the other side always doing wrong. You're sitting there with you got your toe on the scale. It's like a fish tournament. You putting weight inside your fish to get the weight up. So it's not blatant racism that we're talking about, but however, this is every group in this country. They want something. We're the only ones. We're one of the few that keep saying, "Oh, you shouldn't want anything else. You shouldn't want more. You're good where you are. Just work hard." My mother, my grandmother all worked hard. They still ended up broke. So we need to learn how to tip the scale to get from our politicians what we want that benefits our community. That's part of that's my big picture of this right here. I don't care who's in office. It really doesn't matter to me. We're the only demographic, I believe, that really cares about who's in office. The Jews don't care who's in office. Hispanics don't care who's in office. Asians don't care who's in office. You know why? Because it doesn't affect what they have to do day to day. So, based off of that, let's focus on us. But then, when it comes time to vote, when it comes to our vote, this is what we want. If we don't get this in writing, if we gonna get it, you don't get the vote. That's for both parties, Democrats and Republicans. Because I believe, just like we said earlier, but what you said earlier, Pop, there are races on both sides of this thing. That's Ilhan Omar. How the hell are you making $200,000 a year as a representative in Congress or the Senate, but you got a net worth of $100 million? How does that work?
Ask Trump. Ask Trump.
Your hand is in the pot.
Ask Trump. He's done went from like 1.2 billion to like about 5 billion. I mean, billion in a year. Ask him. He knows. But go ahead, brother.
Well, watch this.
It's a difference in going from 1 billion to 5 billion. Hold on one second. It's a real difference in going from 1 billion to 5 billion. Than 200,000 to 30 million.
To 100 million.
A billionaire can find a way to get more billion.
Okay.
200,000 to a millionaire. That's the craziest leap you'll probably ever have to make in your life.
200,000 to a decamillionaire. How does that happen?
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what. Ilhan Omar must have the same financial advisor as Nancy Pelosi.
Get us an Omar watch out here. Just saying.
The same stuff that they send them out to jail to prison for, they're getting away with it right in front of your eyes. Mm-hmm. But we want to hold them to a standard, or we want to hold us to a standard. It doesn't work that way.
I got more, but I'm gonna wait.
That's it for right now.
Okay, all right. So, Aaron, I want to give you a chance if you something else you want to add right now, but we still got time. But there was just some things I was going to cover too.
Yeah,
but I want to make sure you guys. I want to make sure you guys get the majority of the time.
Hey, Pop.
Yes.
No. Do run your thing. We're gonna run this back next week. We're gonna be good next week too.
Okay, that's right. So here we go. I got some questions for you guys. Because I'll tell you, I'm still having problems with black folk not voting for Harris. And as I go through some of this stuff, you'll kind of at least get a feeling for where I'm coming from. But I still have a problem, especially us black men. I just don't get it. So let me ask some questions that maybe can hopefully have you guys help me understand this a little better. So first, give me your top three, each of you, give me your top, and if they're the same, great. Give me and you can do it together. Give me your top 3 reasons you didn't vote for Kamala Harris. I mean, And Jackie, you be careful now. Don't you start off with that one about she's a liar. Please don't do that one. Because Trump just blew that one out the water.
I have one.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I have one, and I have only one.
Okay, go ahead, brother.
Which was her take on gun law.
Her take on gun laws?
Yeah, universal registry, banning semi-automatics. No.
Okay, so that was the main reason.
Yeah.
So
that was the reason I didn't vote at all.
Oh, okay. Okay, was her take on the gun laws and her, because that sounds like she probably wanted to restrict that, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, all right, that's a good one. What about you, brother Jackie?
Well, outside of what I said before, Kamala Harris never said what else?
That
I lost you, brother. I lost you. I lost you, Jackie. Could you repeat that?
I said Kamala Harris never spoke to what her policies were. I didn't think the policies that she spoke about wasn't solid. I thought they was paper thin, and so that's the first one. They were not solid.
Her policies,
the second one, which her policies, I thought they was weak. She never said anything that was strong. I never saw not one debate, none of that. Did I think she was strong? The other one,
she didn't come up with a plan until like 2 months. 2 months before her last
2 months before the election. Correct. Hold on, y'all. I'm switching over real quick.
Okay, go ahead, brother.
So yeah, that would be another issue. How do
the other one,
4 years? Go ahead.
Go ahead, Aaron. Go ahead, my bad.
No, I said, how do you spend 4 years as a vice president and you don't have a plan for the country? Like, what are you doing with your time? I mean, the shit hits the fan anyway.
Yeah.
You're next in command.
Well, my assistant, my assistant over here, which I had looked it up before too, but I couldn't remember it. But she just brought something up on her plans. She had an economic policy and on taxation. There's a bunch of stuff under that. Housing or rent. She got something on a bunch of that. She got health care. She got a bunch of that. Social and civil rights. She got that. Immigration and border security, which we're supposed to be weak on. We don't believe. She got a policy on that. Climate and energy. She got. I mean, and I'll be honest with you. Let me finish. Let me finish real quick. I did follow her. Let me finish. I did follow Kamala. I did hear her. Me personally, I followed her. I heard her speak on her policies. But go ahead.
My issue, I get you. We saying all that now, but like Aaron said, she didn't come up with those policies until about 2 months before the election. Number one. Now I'm gonna go a step further. No one voted for her because they didn't feel that they were strong enough. And I said this to you probably before. Her policies didn't speak to the demographic that she was trying to speak to. They didn't speak to it. It was a typical Democratic position. We're gonna come up, we're gonna do this for you, we're gonna give you these social programs, which is all bullshit, which is all baloney, and a bunch of smoke and mirrors.
But hasn't that been what the Democrats have been doing? They've been doing that consistently. They did it. I'm gonna start with Clinton. They did it with Clinton. They did it with Obama. They did it with Biden. I mean, that's what they do. If you look at these social programs, like you said, they were created basically because the Democrats were looking out for people, the poor and the lower class. Voters, what's wrong with that?
So the voters that did not vote for her got tired of that.
Yeah. One thing, real quick. My assistant just looked up. You do remember that she got tossed into this thing at the last minute when we talk about she didn't talk about her plan until whatever. You got to remember she got tossed in at the last minute. She only had 3.5 months to campaign. So, but go ahead, brother Jackie. Keep that in mind. She only had 3.5 months to campaign. But go ahead.
I get it. I got a
put
question.
San Francisco on the way, and you spent 10 years there as a prosecutor, and nobody has anything good to say about you. As a matter of fact, you was
A prosecutor, a prosecutor. They don't usually get good reviews, brother. Come on now, prosecutors don't normally get good reviews, no matter who they are. But go ahead.
I'm gonna go a step further. If something was to happen to Trump, like it happened to Biden,
What was that? What do you mean?
Vance don't have hold on.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
What
do you mean? I don't know what you mean when you say that. Go ahead.
I'm about to go. I didn't finish. If something were to happen to Trump,
okay,
like what happened to Biden,
okay,
and J.D. Vance has to step in. You
right.
don't think J.D. Vance got a strong personality? He got a direction for where this country should go?
Hell no. Look at J.D. Look. Think about something. Think about J.D. Vance's personality. Look up what J.D. Vance said about Trump before he got picked. That's a strong personality.
Matter of fact, he did say some stuff about Trump.
Yes, he did.
He did say some things about Trump.
Yeah. And now what is he saying? Or is he saying those same things, or is he saying something 180 because he's weak? A strong person don't do that. Come on, brother. A strong person on principle, and he don't do that. He don't turn like that. That brother turned. He's weak. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. But J.D. Vance, that's answering your question. No, I don't think J.D. Vance can stand in. But go ahead.
And I'm gonna move the needle for a minute.
Okay.
For a sec.
Okay.
My third reason, and I've said this on this podcast before.
Right.
When in Atlanta during the DNC, when you got Megan Thee Stallion on stage twerking, what is that saying to the country? What message is that sending to the rest of the country about us as black people? All we are about is shucking and driving. We don't take these issues seriously. We don't care about our communities. Oh, black men don't care about their father, about their children. You don't care about the women in the community.
You mean you got all of that? You got all of that from some girl twerking?
Yes.
Come on, brother.
On stage. Yeah,
and
right.
you associated that, with Kamala Harris's qualification to be president?
That's the most disrespectful thing. That was the most disrespectful thing she could have done at that moment.
My God. And what Trump has done.
Would have expected.
Go ahead, brother.
I never would have expected the National Convention to turn into a concert.
Okay.
Like that's not what we're here for. Like I think she made a mockery of that.
She did. And guess what? Pop,
it's not just the person, it's that too. But the fact that we have a performance for this, like when I need to be hearing what your plans for the country over the next 4 years, this is what I get. Like it was a shit show.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up. And Pop, yeah. I don't just talk to you about this. I've talked to Aaron and I've talked to other men. This is a lot of times where we're landing. Like, bruh, how much more disrespectful could you be to the men that share your reflection?
Let me ask you a question. Who was at Trump's at his rallies and stuff? Who was some of the people?
What's her name? Oh, here, chick. What's her name? Amber Rose.
Amber Rose.
She wasn't twerking. She was talking.
Have you heard of some dude named Kid Rock? Have you heard of some dude named Kid Rock?
We're not talking about them. Guess what?
What do you mean we're not talking about it? You done brought in people that performed for Kamala Harris. I can't bring in people that performed for Donald Trump.
Watch this. I'm going somewhere with this. Yeah, I'm going somewhere with this because hold on.
It's a different message in the music.
Come on, it's a different message in the music.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different message in the music. Number one.
Have you heard of something? Have you heard of something called Amber Rose and the Slut Walk?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
you heard about
I
that?
guarantee you didn't see it at the
She wasn't doing it on. She wasn't doing it at the.
Come on.
She wasn't doing it
You
at the
guys are a
RNC.
mess. But go
She
ahead.
wasn't doing it at the RNC.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
And,
She showed up there like she had parents.
Okay.
but thank you. And she spoke like she had parents.
Okay.
She spoke like she had parents.
So I guess on the weekend, Saturday especially, Friday and Saturday night, we go out and shake our booty, and then Sunday we go to church. That clarifies everything. It makes everything okay.
Hey, it happens in every church in the country.
I know. I know.
We still ain't allowing it.
Yeah.
And we still talking about that one who show up out of place. There's still some shame there, as well as should be.
Yeah. So I had asked you guys about some reasons for not voting for Kamala. And again, I know you guys aren't speaking for all black men, but you gave more than 3 reasons. So that was good. But you gave more than 3 reasons. So that kind of helped me. Let me see a couple other questions I had here. Let me ask you this question. Do you think, and we only can guess on this one, do you think we are in a better place as a country today than we were under Biden-Harris for those 4 years? At this point, things can get better. He's got 3 more years, a little less than 3 years. But do you think we are in a better place as a country today than we were under Biden and Harris?
That's tough to answer, just given the fact that we just bombed Iran.
Right.
Like,
Well, let me give you this one. Let me do one better.
Aaron, hold on.
Go ahead.
Watch this, Aaron. Stop. Watch this, Pop.
Okay.
You spent 20 years in the Air Force.
Right.
What has always sparked the economy in this country?
Wars.
Don't ask Trump to do anything
Hold
different.
on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I never looked at it from that perspective. So
Yeah, but it is the truth. I mean, it is the truth. Eventually, depending, it's going to stimulate the economy for the most part. I would agree with that. But also look at the negative effects to that.
Your numbers look.
look at the negative effects to that. But I was going to give you this one. I was going to say let's exclude this recent thing because this has only been 2 weeks. Let's exclude the Iran war. Let's exclude that. Take that out of the pitch. Take that off the table. Prior to the Iran war, do you think that we're doing better now than we were under Biden and Harris?
I believe so. Yes.
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
I believe that.
Okay.
I believe that. Yes.
Okay. All right.
And guess what? I don't have the numbers in front of me,
Uh-huh.
but I will tell you this. I will say this, and I've had conversations. It just felt better for a lot of people. It felt better.
Well, I think a part of it.
Better.
You know why I think it felt better, and I think that this is the reason right now why people still aren't really fully feeling what's really going on. Look, man, let me tell you something. I said this and I'll say it again. Donald J. Trump, that boy's good. He is damn good. He's one of the best con artists I personally have had the, well, I was going to say pleasure, but I've had the experience of seeing him operate. Donald Trump is good. Yeah, he might make us feel good, but that ain't reality. The reality, let me run some stuff down here. Here's some negative things that Trump has done in his first year, and black folks are one of the primary groups that's disaffected. Tariffs and trade wars, right? We know he's done that. Now these tariff and trade wars, they've risen prices on everyday goods like electronics, food, gas for right now, right? These policies led to an estimated 85,000 manufacturing job losses by early 2026. Deep cuts to SNAP, right? Food assistance. The administration implemented deep cuts to the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, with reports indicating that these actions terminated or reduced food assistance for approximately 4 million people, including 1 million children. Medicaid and healthcare rollbacks. The administration has advanced proposals to cut Medicaid funding and impose strict work requirements, threatening health coverage for millions. Furthermore, actions to roll back the Affordable Care Act regulations have allowed the insurers to reinstate pre-existing condition exclusions and lifetime coverage limits. Attacks on the federal workforce. The reinstatement of Schedule F and other actions targeted over 1 million federal workers, stripping them of collecting bargaining rights, implementing hiring freezes, and forcing a return to in-person work, leading to high turnover and reduced government efficiency. Housing and homelessness assistance. Funding notices were issued that threatened to strip rental assistance for over 170,000 formerly homeless people, with plans to impose stricter work requirements and time limits on housing and aid. Environmental deregulations. The EPA has rolled back numerous regulations on air and water quality, allowing increased industrial pollution. Immigration enforcement. The administration's extreme deportation campaign and the Remain in Mexico policy have created widespread fear and instability, separating families and affecting the labor force. Education and student aid cuts, significant reduction in funding for Pell Grants, and new restrictions on federal student loans have made higher education less accessible for low-income students. DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, rise in unemployment. The anti-DEI rhetoric and policy shifts has coincided with a rise in black unemployment, which reached 7.2% in July 2025. In some sectors, black workers faced a spike in unemployment to 8.3 by late 2025. Loss of federal jobs because the federal workforce is disproportionately black, around 18.6%, compared to the overall U.S. workforce, 12.8%. The elimination of DEI departments and broader federal staffing cuts have disproportionately affected black employees, particularly, of course, y'all might like this one, black women.
Black women.
Yeah, y'all like that. You like that one, Jay.
Let me touch on that. Let me touch on that.
I'm gonna go. You go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Hold on. I got to say this first. I do not like the rhetoric around black men having a problem with black women in high employment, being better employed, whatever the case may be. I think that is the biggest fallacy that's ever been stated. And it's the biggest fallacy that's ever been stated because nobody wants to deal with the real issue. And the real issue is the communication once they reach decent employment. The treatment once they reach decent employment. So that's a whole different topic. Not so much as a lack of appreciation. Because I know too many men that's been the beneficiary of an employed woman.
Too many men have been what now?
Too many men that's been the beneficiary of an employed woman.
Right.
One thing I do know about employed women, they don't just sit around with no man around. So yeah, that's to me, that's been misstated.
Okay, but you would acknowledge, maybe I'm missing part of your point, I'm not sure, but you would acknowledge that there are a lot of people, especially black men, who have this negative narrative about black women in general. Now, just in general, are we in agreement on that one?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay.
And the reason is because we don't deal with the root. We deal with the outcome. We say that simply put, now we need men who are more in touch with their emotions. The last thing you want around you is a man who's in touch with his emotions. Somebody you can communicate with better. No, you need a friend. You always need men to be men. We do live in America, and just so happens if these gun laws, if a Democrat gets in and just so happens decides to change these gun laws, we are no longer that country that you don't want to invade. We are only that country that you don't want to invade because men are men enough to have those guns, to have 6, 7 of them laying around. We have more per capita than any place on the planet. You want that. Like, believe me, you want that. You never want to. There's never been a place in history that wasn't invaded as a result of not having gun laws.
Okay.
We go down this road regarding. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go a step. Let me before I touch on that. I'm gonna go a step further. This is a diabolical stance on this. Maybe some of these firings within the federal government is Trump way of saying, black men, go take your position again.
So now did I get you right? I'm
not going there.
Yeah.
Because, let me tell you.
Okay.
Yeah, now look, we have all.
What was that, brother?
I heard say, I don't demand here. Now all of a sudden, your government jobs and your retail jobs are in jeopardy. You may want to go find you a black man that drives a truck that works construction.
So Donald Trump was fixing the situation.
I just use that as an example.
I'm sorry.
I don't know if that was his mindset.
I'm sorry.
None of that.
I can tell you it wasn't his mindset. He was trying to break something. Okay. He wasn't trying to fix nothing. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hey, Pop,
go ahead.
Well, hold on. Guess what? If Donald Trump was trying to break something, what in the heck do you think that the previous Democrats? Oh my God.
Administrations.
What do you think they've been trying to do with all these social programs to the black community? Do you think they've been trying to fix it, or you think they've been trying to fix it to where it benefits them?
I don't know. When I look at social programs like Social Security, when I look at SNAP, when I look at welfare, whatever else you want to call it, when I look at all these programs, the vast majority of people are benefited from them, from what I can see. Now I will acknowledge welfare, some of these other programs. I will acknowledge that people use the system. I will acknowledge that. But overall, I think the system has been better than worse for the vast majority of people. But go ahead.
But that can no longer be the way we look at it because what we got right now is better than alternatives. Like, no, that doesn't mean that the current system is great or is good. That can't be that can't be the benchmark. That can no longer be the benchmark.
Well, here's the problem. Let's just take the Affordable Health Care Act for one, Obamacare. Let's just take that program for one. When that program was first enacted, it was not perfect. No doubt about it. Even Barack Obama acknowledged that program was not the best. So what did the Republicans do? What did the Republicans do to improve it? What did they do to improve it? They decided.
So they didn't do anything.
Yes, they did do something. Yes, they did do something. Yes, they did do something. They started to dismantle it. That's what they've been doing. They've been tearing it down.
Yes.
That was a program that was for Americans to have health care. The Democrats came up with it. They came up with it. It was not the best program. It needed improvements. But what the Republicans decided to do was to tear it down because some black man came up with it. But go ahead.
Hold on. Man. I started to touch on this earlier. We downplay Affordable Care Act as if it was just flawed. It had a few flaws. No, the guarantee initially with Affordable Care was that you would maintain your current insurance and your pay. And your rates would stay the same. At that time, rates were reasonable. I'm not sure what the percentages of, what the numbers. I just knew what I was paying, right?
Right. And
I knew as a result of the Affordable Care Act, when that conversation was had with me again, that same policy cost me $130 more, and it was just me. Now, I started this conversation with the expectation that Obama said that I would maintain my current rate. So if that happened for me, I'm pretty sure that happened across the board.
Now, you bringing up a really good you're bringing up a really good point, Aaron. And this is where I think a lot of people haven't really thought this through. Obama was telling you how the program was designed to operate. What he didn't tell you, and I guess it was his fault. I don't know. What he didn't tell you was this: your employer, that healthcare provider, they could change stuff. And that's what happened. These people did not go into this, the employer, the healthcare advisor, they did not go into the healthcare provider. They did not go into this with good faith. Again, remember we talked a little earlier about people abusing the system? These people abused the system. Yeah. So what Obama, and people say he lied, but Obama didn't lie. He told you how the program was designed. That's what he did.
He absolutely did lie.
No, it wasn't a lie.
Tell me how program. Hold on. If you tell me that the program is a lie, I mean, what I can expect in a program, and then you tell me that companies have discretion, then simply put, if that company has discretion, and you don't legislate their discretion to make sure that your policies are what you're saying is maintained.
The Republicans,
you lied.
The Republicans stopped them from doing You're not listening. That's the problem. See, that's the problem. The Republicans stopped the Democrats from doing that. Just right now, this latest ding to the Affordable Health Care Act. The Republicans did that. The Democrats didn't have enough numbers to stop them. So that's what's been happening. Obama would have stopped them. The Democrats would have stopped them. They didn't have the votes.
Simply put, you can't advertise. No, if that happens, then you can't advertise the same thing knowing it's something different. It's either fraud or a lie.
I'll give you credit on this one. Obama misjudged that one. I'm gonna give you credit. Obama misjudged it. No, he did. No, you can't. They do it all the time. Come on, brother. Come on, brother. They do it all. The president is still human. You give me one president. Just give me one president. Give me one president that never made a mistake or misjudged something. Give me one.
I'm not talking about none of that. I'm talking about the discretion that you have as a president.
Right.
Simply put, if you can't guarantee something, you should shut up about it.
Well, this was one of those things where, in my mind, and I could be wrong, in my mind, the president. Well, let me give you another example. We talk about fraud and some of this other stuff in some of these other programs. So I guess whoever the president was that helped, or the party that helped come up with that program, it's their fault because people are misusing the system. Is that what we're saying? The system was the system was designed to operate a certain way, but because you got these devious-minded people out there who are criminal, they decide to go ahead and take advantage of the system. So therefore, whoever came up with the system is their fault.
Exactly.
Hey, Pop, just want to let everybody know we got Dr. Tammy in the car listening to all of this right now.
She's in the car?
And she up here. She's in the car right now.
Oh, my goodness.
Hi, y'all.
Hi, y'all.
Hi, y'all.
And you know what? This might be a good time for us to kind of bring this to a close, but we need to remember where we left off at so we can pick up next week. But did Dr. Tammy want to say anything?
But she got something to say. Absolutely, she got something to say.
Let's hear it.
I think
you need to get closer. She needs to get closer to the phone or something.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now.
I think that what I hear you saying is that Obama told us how it was designed. And Aaron, I hear you saying I'm only responsible for how it was delivered. And the truth of the matter is the way it was designed, there was a lot of things taken out of it and repealed that made what was actually delivered not live up to the way it was designed. And that was a lot of politics. So both of you are right, but the reality is that there's a lot of politics at play as to why it didn't live up to the way it was designed. And some of those were within Obama's control and others were not.
I can agree with that.
That's all.
Yeah, and that's and you're making a woman. Hey guys, I want you to note this. A woman. She's making a very good point. I think anyway.
Hey, Pop, we're not gonna land right there like we got a problem with women. We got a problem with certain women. You ain't gonna slide down through like we didn't catch that.
Okay.
All I'm saying, I've already spoke my piece on that part. I'm not touching that. That's a different conversation.
I told you, you smart. I tell you, you smart.
Let me say this. Let me say this. I want Dr. Tammy. I want Nikki. I want my sister. I want my mother. I want them to be okay. I want them to be safe, but not at the expense of us black men.
And I could agree with you on that. I don't think anybody should be at risk in this thing.
Well, you tell that to the women over there running around talking, I don't need a man. Man can't do jack for me.
Look, brother, I'm agreeing with you on that one. That I don't agree with that with these. And I know that there's women that say that. I've heard them. I mean, I agree with you. I don't agree with that. Go ahead, brother.
Can I ask one question? If your daughter is downstairs and somebody kicking the door, how big is the gun you want to be able to carry downstairs?
Jackie, I'm concerned about your brother. I'm concerned about your brother. He keep talking about all these guns. and now he's making me feel a little bad because I don't even have one gun. But go ahead.
No, what I'm saying is I don't want how I decide to protect my loved ones to be legislated.
Thank you.
Because a few decided to not be protected by someone like me.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me ask you this, brother. Let me ask you this. Have you personally been denied either under the Obama administration, the Biden administration, the Trump? Have you been denied ability to purchase a weapon?
No.
Okay.
No,
let me speak to this too. I want to share. I want to share this one. Jackie, you familiar with Luke? I know you are. Years ago, when Obama first got elected, the BX they carried guns, but they didn't carry the ammo.
Right.
They didn't sell ammo, and so
Right.
I was in there, and this guy, he was at the gun counter, and he wanted some ammo. And the salesman said, "Man, we don't sell ammo." The man said, "The man said, we don't sell ammo. You sell guns, yeah, but you don't sell ammo, no." And
Nope.
he was mad, man. He was mad. So I said, I got a big mouth. So I said to the guy, I said, "Hey, man, what's going on? What do you need? What do you need with all this ammo?" He said, "Well, Obama just got elected. He said he's going to take our guns. We're not going to be able to get ammo and all the rest of that." And what happened? And what happened? Biden didn't take your guns. Nobody took your guns. You still have your ability. No matter what they said, they didn't take your guns. But go ahead.
This is part of the problem. There's always some backhand legislation in the back of these bills.
I agree.
They're trying to regulate gun control. So no, that's not a good argument.
Yeah.
Because in the same BX, in the same BX, I bought my M&P Shield 40 that's in the car with me right now in that same BX.
Oh, you did?
Absolutely.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Hold on,
Go ahead.
And I went right over to the sportsman warehouse and bought my ammunition.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't personally own a gun, but I have no problem. Me personally, I have no problem with people who do own guns, as many as you want, as long as you're responsible with them. I can care less because it's part of our Constitution. It's part of our way of life. I just choose not to own one, but I'm not going to tell you that you shouldn't own one or as many as you want. So I'm okay. I'm okay with that. I just want you to know I'm okay with gun ownership. But again, like I said, I can't let you guys. I can't let you guys go with this narrative that Democrats want to take away your guns.
No, Democrats want to regulate guns. Yes, they do.
Well, yeah, I'm okay with regulating. I don't think you should be able to. I don't think you should be able to have.
It's already regulated. We don't need more regulation.
Yeah, we do. If we let me tell you something. If we let these Republicans get away with do what they want to do, you'll be out here with a Hauser. You'll be out here with a mortar. You'll be out here with a mortar launcher. You'll be out here with a mortar. No.
You lying to me? I should be able to have a Hauser.
No. Hey, I tell you what, guys.
Watch this. Hey, Pop.
Go ahead.
Now, watch this. I know you about to cut off.
Yeah.
Why can't I have a 50 caliber fully automatic mounted in my truck?
And look, and that's the problem. And you just said it. Look. Let's be serious. Let's be serious. You mean to tell me that you don't think some of these good old boys won't have one mounted if it was allowed? Now, come on. And they will use it.
Guess what?
They will use it.
Watch this. Pop, you live in Phoenix.
Yes.
You live in Phoenix.
Yes.
How many drive-bys and jackets do you hear about in Phoenix?
Exactly. It's a way of life here.
Hold on.
It's a way of life.
How many drive-bys, shootings, and carjackings do we have in Phoenix?
A few. We have a few. No doubt about it.
A few, but there's no near LA, right? Would you agree with that?
You say there's none in LA?
It's nowhere near LA. The number in LA.
Oh yeah, I would agree.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Okay, you know why?
Why?
Because everybody in Arizona got a damn gun.
Okay.
Hey.
Okay. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, Aaron.
There's one other place, right? I live in Georgia. There's one other place that's a microcosm to what gun ownership really looks like.
Yes.
Kennesaw, Georgia.
Yes.
You cannot buy a home there unless you own a gun.
Where's that, brother?
Kennesaw,
Georgia.
Okay.
Atlanta. Outside Atlanta.
You
cannot buy a house without a gun.
I want you to look up the number of break-ins that happens in Kennesaw, Georgia.
Hey, don't get me wrong.
That's one of the safest places.
Don't get me wrong. I agree. I agree. Gun ownership can definitely help protect you. I agree that it has a deterrence factor to it, especially if folk know you got it or got a couple. I don't discount any of that. I agree with you on that. But I tell you what, guys, we're going to have to bring this. Go ahead, brother. One last point. We're going to bring this to a close.
You know what's better? You know what's better than 2 guns?
What's better than 2 guns?
3.
I got you. I know where you come. I know where you and your brother coming from, and I'm okay with it. But I tell you what we're going to do, folks. We're going to go ahead and bring this episode to a close. I really appreciate Aaron and Jackie coming on, and they I have to admit they held their own. We still got it. We still got more to go, but they came on. They represented. Really good rebuttal. I can't argue with a lot of the points they made, but we're going to go ahead and continue.
Today you can't.
Huh?
Today you can't.
Yeah.
Today you can't. Next week it'll be a different story.
Yeah, then next week gonna be, because I'm gonna do some research. Y'all had to make me go back to and do some research. So yeah. But we'll go ahead and continue this next week, guys. Any last comments? Last comments.
In my Russell Wilson, I'm in Russell Simmons voice. Thanks for coming out. See you next week.
All right. All right, Aaron, any last words?
Man, appreciate you for having me again, man. Enjoyed the conversation. Can't wait to do it again, man.
All right, and we appreciate you too, brother. So we're gonna, listeners, we're gonna go ahead and sign off. Oh, and also thank you, Dr. Tammy, for that special drop in. We really appreciate that. So we're gonna go ahead and sign off, and we'll check with you guys next week. Thank you. Signing off.
All right. Have a good week.
Think it through, people.